Hello everybody, this is Glenn83100 and today I'm looking at a game called Legend on the Super Nintendo. Now this is a game I absolutely loved on the Super Nintendo. It's like a Golden Axe type of clone game. And what I found very strange about this is a lot of people actually have not heard about this game. I did a podcast with Andy the other day for Retro Asylum. And this was one of my hidden gems, and I found it very surprising that Andy never heard of this game, never played this game. So I made this video today to show you what the game was like. Now this is a fantastic game. You have well detailed sprites, you have epic boss battles, and you also have little nice things like this bonus stages where you go around, collect the keys on the level, and you get extra stuff like food, you get power-ups like health, and extra stuff basically. And they also added some nice extra stuff like this Mode 7 look like map when you go from stage to stage. But it's not possible to show the whole game I'd done because it would have been something like over an hour. So I'm basically going to show you the first level. But this is like the example of what you expect when you play the game all the way through. Now this is one of the few games I actually completed on the Super Nintendo, and I remember when I got this game, I woke up one Sunday morning, my brother came home from the car boot and he said, Glenn, I got this new game for the Super Nintendo, play it. And I remember me and my brother played this game and it was absolutely epic. I remember played it all the way to the end. I actually completed it that day. But never mind me waffling, let's get down to what the game was like. And this is Legend, booting up on the Super Nintendo. I never heard of Arcade Zone. Probably somebody could mention what Arcade Zone is, but never actually heard of them. And there it is, it came out in 1993, so gosh, I was like 9 when this came out. But I loved this startup. It looked really cool. And here we go. On the first stage. Now on the first stage we're going to have to go through the woods and fight off some baddies. Now let's have a look at this. Yeah, now this brings back memories. I just love the sound effects as well when you fight the enemies. It just sounds brilliant. It's really addictive. Because without the sounds and the good gameplay and the good controls, it won't make a good game. And this game has everything. If there's ever one thing that's I notice in this game that's bad, is there's one of the sprites, and when you kill them, you could tell that the sprite is not working properly, like stands up and sits down before it lands. But that's only like a small problem, and that's only with one sprite, but everything else is absolutely perfect. Now this is so much fun. I'm really glad I got this game back again. I managed to get this game for around about $6.99 off eBay. So it wasn't the cheapest game I ever bought, but it's well worth it. I got it for my birthday. My mum said to me, "What do you want for your birthday, Glenn?" And I went, "Yeah, I have this. I had this game, Mum. $6.99. Says, "Only $6.99. I went, "Well, this is something I want for my SNES collection." And it's been well worth it because I know I could easily play this on an emulator, but I just love to own it again, because I remember actually owning this game, and as I got a Super Nintendo, I might as well buy it again and experience the game on the SNES pad, on the SNES itself. But going a bit off topic though, I've noticed online that the Mega Drive games are cheaper. Now, some people said the reason for this is because when they produced these games on the Super Nintendo, they didn't make as many copies. But with the Mega Drive games, they made a lot more copies of them. I don't know how true that is, I don't know, but that's what I hear what people say, and that's why you tend to pay a bit more for Super Nintendo games. But ever mind me waffling on. Let's get back to Legend. Now here we're at one of the first bosses, just down here, and now the idea of killing this boss is you don't let him jump around, otherwise he will just kill you. You have to try to trap him like some kind of like in a corner. And all those power-ups that you get, like I mentioned a bit ago, you use them on the baddies because the enemies they fight on the streets are easy to defeat, but these are a lot more tricky to defeat, so come on, I can do this. They're always kicking me with that bloody stick. I feel like throwing that, just taking that stick off him and just throw it in the water so he won't be able to kick me like that. Come on. Think you're hard? I got a sword, you only got a stick. Come on, just a bit more, it's only got a little bit of power left. Yes! Defeat him. Now with these birds here, it's really strange. You have to kill them, but then they turn into Chucky Fried Chicken. They turn into KFC. But I like this bit of the game because I like the fog effect and these mud creatures come out the river. You know, for some reason it brings out a whole new atmosphere. But there's one thing I noticed. Do you notice that the cash and the food and stuff, it doesn't really get hidden by the fog, but everything else does, especially the mud creatures. Now, I have to jump around a lot because the mud slows you right down. No, you can't just run through the mud. You like, your feet stick to the mud and you walk really, really slowly. So sometimes to get to a baddie, you do have to jump. Sometimes the enemies hide behind the front scenery, like this stalk right here. So you can't see where they're coming from. But to me it's not much of a problem. To me it's part of the atmosphere, it's part of the part of the game. But sometimes you can't see when they get at you then. Anyway, we have the first boss here, well the first major boss, the tree. Now, funny enough, I found this the hardest boss of the game. Because he always gets you with his hands. And I notice I have to try to use all my power-ups here, all my secret weapons, to try to defeat him. Come on, I'm actually doing well this time. I usually lose a few lives when I'm trying to defeat him. Come on, I can do this. Yes, come on. Yes. Now I usually waste all my lives trying to defeat him, and then I end up with, I have to go for continue, then I have to go back all the way to the stage again, but this time I managed to get through the whole level without doing it, so I mean, that's a record for me. I managed to pass that tree first time. Hooray! And now here we're going to meet the wizard who's going to give us the map to explore the town. Here he is. Oh, the wizard says thank you for your help, but it's time for me to give you a present. Take this very old map. Why do you just update it then? And it will be helpful on your quest. Well, that's what you get when you don't have GPSs in those days. You have to take really old maps and hope they're up to date. Anyway, this is Legend on the Super Nintendo. Really great game, and I hope more people know about it. Take care everybody, and goodbye.
Welcome back to the UK's #1 retro